Hello everyone, my name is Cody and I'm a technical delivery and support engineer here at Flowcate. With the release of DeepHub version 2022 R1 2.0.0, we have introduced our new rule engine feature that significantly extends the capabilities and flexibility of the product. In certain environments, such as smart factories, multiple locating technologies may be installed that simultaneously track individual objects. For example, an automated guided vehicle could be tracked using ultra-wideband and Wi-Fi, where each technology sends location updates to the DeepHub at the same time. This makes it challenging to determine which location update is accurate. The DeepHub rule engine circumvents this issue by enabling greater control of your data. You can apply certain rules that dictate the prioritization of location providers in relation to trackables. Through the DeepHub API or the DeepHub UI, you may define either a rule set that applies to all trackables or specific rules for individual trackables. In this overview, we will demonstrate both methods. But first, let's start with the short demo. I have the DeepHub UI open, and in this demo, we're going to see a trackable connected with two location providers. In this example, the trackable is, let's say, a package being delivered to the Technology Experience Center in our head office. I have a rule set defined so that when the trackable is outside, the location updates from the GPS location provider are prioritized. We can see in the Live View tab that the location update notifications are in reference to the GPS location provider. However, when the trackable enters the building, GPS becomes inaccurate and location updates are sent less frequently. Through the rule engine, the DeepHub automatically prioritizes location updates from the ultra-wideband location provider as soon as the trackable enters the zone associated with the ultra-wideband real-time locating system. This example demonstrated a common use case, seamless tracking of objects throughout indoor and outdoor environments using different locating technologies. However, the possibilities are nearly endless. Let's take a look at how we can work with the DeepHub rule engine by first looking at the REST API. When working with the global rule set that applies to all trackables in your DeepHub instance, there are a few API endpoints that are relevant. The first is the get endpoint, get trackables rules locating. This will return an array of rules for locating trackables. Next is the put endpoint, put trackables rules locating. If you need to create, update, or delete the global rule set for your DeepHub instance, you must use this endpoint. There are a few supported properties for defining rules. These include accuracy, provider ID, type in relation to the locating technology, source in relation to the zone, floor, speed, and timestamp difference. You also have to provide a priority, a value. The higher the value, the higher the priority of the rule. Now let's go ahead and create our own rule set. We can easily do this with an API tool such as Postman. I have the put endpoint open here in Postman. This is the rule I used for the simulated demo earlier. Both location providers were sending location data to the DeepHub at the same time. However, this rule ensured that the DeepHub UI only displayed location update notifications from the GPS location provider while the trackable was outside, and location update notifications from the ultra-wideband location provider while the trackable was indoors. We can verify that the rule set exists using the aforementioned get endpoint. We can also see that this is updated in the DeepHub UI as well. We'll navigate to the Trackables tab and then select Default Rules. Alternatively, we can modify the global rule set entirely using the user interface. I'll add an expression here and include a priority. For even greater control of your data, you may also define trackable-specific rules. These override the global rule set. There are two API endpoints that are relevant for trackable-specific rules. The first is the get endpoint. This returns a trackable with the given ID. It also includes any locating rules that are associated with that trackable. Similarly, if you need to create, update, or delete a rule for a specific trackable, you must use this put endpoint. Once again, we can use Postman to create a rule for an individual trackable using this put endpoint. Here in Postman, I've already populated the body of my put call with the required ID of the trackable and 2 rule expressions. I can use the get endpoint again to verify that the rules exist, making sure to include the right trackable ID. I can also check the DeepHub UI to verify that the trackable has been updated there as well. Here in the DeepHub UI, we can see that the global rule set has not changed. However, if we click to edit the rules for this specific trackable, we can see the 2 rule expressions we just defined solely for this trackable. Instead of using the REST API, we can alternatively use the UI to modify trackable-specific rules. The DeepHub UI will automatically flag any incorrect rule expressions you define. However, there's a dedicated API endpoint for validating expressions as well. This is a post endpoint under Validator Rules Locating. In the body of the request, you need to define an expression. In this example, I've incorrectly formatted this expression. I've omitted the single quotes. If we send this, we get a 400 to indicate that it's a bad request. And if we fix it and have it formatted correctly, we will get a 204. This was an overview of the DeepHub rule engine. Please like and share this video if you found it helpful, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more future DeepHub content.